had this student who could not keep in beat. Let's call him Sean. Instead of playing something like this, he would always instead play something like this. Sean was actually decent at learning and reading notes. I tried everything to help him to stay in beat. I got him to try to clap the rhythm, try to sing the rhythm. I put on the metronome when he's playing his pieces, but nothing ever worked. One day during his lesson, I did something I didn't plan to do, and it completely changed everything for Sean. I left the lesson shocked. I couldn't believe how much has changed after I did this one thing with him. Here's what I did. When he was playing his pieces with the metronome on, I decided to lightly tap on his shoulder. So for example, and suddenly magic. Suddenly he was keeping in beat. He could keep in beat because he was not just hearing the beat, but he was actually feeling the beat on his body. I proceeded to keep tapping his shoulder lightly for the next 2 months, and after 2 months, he got it. He could now keep in beat because he can now feel the beat. This is why I think this vibrating metronome watch is likely my top purchase for this year. When I bought this watch, I thought I would use it a few times a week, but the reality is I've been using this every day. Having this watch on my wrist has actually changed my behavior in a positive way. Sometimes some of us are lazy to do metronome practice. I'm definitely guilty of it. But having this watch on my wrist, it's so easy to just tap away and immediately get a beat to start practicing with the metronome. For the new pieces I'm learning, I'm currently using this watch to expose my mistakes. I set a slow tempo and try to play, for example, a page. And because I'm learning the piece, it's not perfect. So I'm going to make mistakes along the way. I would then take notes of the parts that I couldn't keep in beat with this watch, and those are the parts that I usually need to work more on. One of the biggest pitfalls of a beginner pianist is trying to keep in beat. Piano playing is a very complex task that requires 150% of your brain power. So sometimes while you're, trying to get the right notes and getting the right fingers, sometimes keeping in beat is one of the last things you're thinking of. This watch is not like a traditional metronome. It is a vibrating metronome watch. I don't know if you can hear this in the microphone. This is why this watch is a great tool, because vibrations are really hard to ignore. We all have smartphones, so you know what it feels like. When your smartphone's in your pocket and you get a call from someone, it's hard to ignore it. It just feels really real, right? Because it engages your sense of touch. Another great thing about this watch in comparison to a traditional metronome is that a traditional metronome, some people say that the sound is really harsh and it's very distracting. So it sounds like a very unmusical clock. And sometimes when you're playing piano, you're trying to create, beautiful music, and it's hard to play beautifully when you have this kind of mechanical robot sound in the background. So this watch is completely silent. It's based purely on vibrations, and this could be great for people who don't actually like the sound of the metronome and just want to feel it on their wrist. Just some quick technical stuff before we end this video. The watch has about 4 days of battery life, maybe 2 or 3 days if you use lots of metronome. I personally wish the battery could have been a little bit longer, but I think the technology is worth it. The one that I have here is the core steel, and this is a smart watch as well. So not only is it a metronome on your wrist, it's also something that can accept or decline calls and get notifications. This watch is a handy tuner as well, so you can use it to tune your guitar or trombone or whatever you play. It comes with a body strap, so in case you don't want to wear it on your hand, you can wear this basically around your body and feel the beat wherever you like, on your chest or on your back or wherever. And last but not least, I enjoy the aesthetics of this watch. I think it looks like a professional modern watch. Wearing this watch makes me feel like a musician, and I love the feeling. I'm in love with this watch. I recommend it to all pianists out there, regardless of your level. If you use the code JAZER20, so Jazer20 in the link in the description, you get a whopping 20% off your Soundbrenner watch. And just a question of the day to end things off, what do you find most difficult about keeping a beat? Comment below. Remember to like and subscribe to this channel for more free piano lessons and tutorials, and I'll catch you in the next video.